Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Oh boy. Good morning, Robert.
But I'm fired up, guys. We got a great week ahead of us. Are you guys all pumped up for it? Don't answer all at the same time. Tapio, how are you, my friend? Can you hear me okay?
Getting my first cup of coffee.
I know you're over there. That's why we do it early, man. Early, 8 o'clock, Monday morning. Get you fired up for the rest of the week.
Yeah, well, I have a couple of questions, but
okay. Well, we'll get to those Q&A during the Q&A part. But I just want to welcome you to the call and enjoy your beats. Don't get too much sand on your laptop.
You got it. You got it.
Cool. Good morning, Lynette. How are you?
Good. Trying to catch up.
We've been having an amazing conversation about multiple sellers here, and very, very excited.
Yep. A lot of work.
Cool. Well, welcome to the call. Welcome. Happy Monday morning. Andy, what's going on, brother?
So far, so good.
Man, let's go. Let's get your EXP gear. Get your EXP gear on and get those video cameras on. This is Monday morning. Carmen Jackson. Love the background. Need to see that smiling face. There she is. Woohoo! And Rosa Barnes, straight from Hotlanta. Always on the beach. I love it. And I always get to see we always get blessed with the very top of Rosa's head. Have you ever noticed that? She's peeking in.
Because this is my what you call it, that little desk adjustable thing I have on my desk so I can stand or I can sit.
Oh, I get it. I just love messing. I love it. It's awesome. So how's it going, Rosa? Good? You good?
It's good, going good. I got a couple of calls. I got to follow up on some people in regards to some listings.
Well, we'll certainly get some updates here from you in a moment. Let me just welcome everybody on. Anna Brown, straight from Scottsdale. I love it. There she is, Anna Brown.
Morning.
Good morning, Anna Brown. Are you out there probably hiking Rattlesnake Mountain, or what do they call it? Your mountain, your big mountain?
Oh, we have a bunch. Papago Mountain. That's the one
what's the most famous one? Camelback. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the one you were telling me about. Because a lot of people hike that Camelback Mountain. It seems like a good one.
Yeah, there's some areas it's so straight. You have to hang on to the fence to pull yourself up. It's pretty steep.
I love it. You know, nothing like a good thrill to get into your workout. So I love it. So, well, good. Welcome, Carla. She's got her festive holiday background going on with the river. Looks like the river's going through the backyard there. Nice.
I think that's a pool.
Oh, is it a pool?
Yeah, I think so.
Looks like kind of a river, doesn't it? All right. Well, I just want to welcome you guys to Monday morning, 8 o'clock. The reason why I like to do these first thing in the morning, the reason why this is the most important phone call, the most important Zoom call of the week is because it's the first one. I know it's 8 o'clock here Pacific, but it's 11 o'clock, Rosa, for you. But it's still, it's a great thing to get pumped up, get fired up early. Make this the best week ever. Starts with Monday. Do you agree? You can't make it the best week starting on a Wednesday or a Thursday. Heck, not even a Tuesday, but Monday is the most important day. Kind of like breakfast is the most important, meal of the day. This call, this getting fired up, Monday morning calls are the most important thing, in my opinion. So let's see the video cameras. I know you guys are all probably going, oh, but my hair. Oh, but my this. Get fired up. Get involved. Let's go. So let's start with, because Carla, you're up on my top left. So I'm going to call you first. Tell me, Carla, how was last week? How was your weekend? More importantly, Carla, what are you going to do to make this the best week ever?
Last week was good. And it was busy, very busy, and learned a lot of new stuff and learning a lot of stuff on EXP World and all the coaching and training that we have as well. This weekend was really busy, had a great weekend, but really busy. So I'm a little exhausted today. I think just recovering from the fun weekend. And now this week is going to be even better. And we're going to Vegas for EXP Con, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
Who's all going to EXP Con, guys, on the call? Anyone? Oh, you're missing out. I'll take video. I'll take photos. And I'm up for REO Agent of the Year for all of EXP. So wish me luck. Hopefully I win if I don't, but it's just an awesome honor to actually be recognized. I do all the REO training for EXP corporate. So I think Don Conchatori wanted to at least acknowledge that. So I was very, very honored for that role of that nomination. So we'll certainly take good notes.
And
then
this is the first time I get to be a part of stuff. So I'm excited.
yeah. So what we'll do is we'll take really good notes and we'll share those with everybody the following Monday. How's that sound? We'll share who did what's going on, what's happening. Glenn Sanford gets up and gives us kind of a state of the company address, lets us know where we're going, some latest and greatest in relationships. And it just, there's so much going on. It's like it's at warp speed. We need to focus in on buyers, sellers, investors, and agents. Then we let the corporate, those folks, worry about the direction of the company and all the great things that they're going to allow us to offer other agents and other buyers, sellers, and investors. So super stoked for that. So William, thanks for jumping on the call, man. It's always absolutely amazing to see one of the nicest guys I've ever met in my life. And so if you don't know William, get to know William. He's amazing. Always positive, always ready, and always just a wonderful person to be around. So William, thank you so much for being on the call. Carta, thank you so much for chiming in. And Carta's new. Carta's been in the business since 1989, but she's new to EXP in terms of diving in, and that's actually what she does every day. Whereas before she was, just watching from what I was doing. And that's what she knew about EXP. Now she's got her avatar. She's not licensed, but she's an unlicensed assistant. So what she's doing is they give you an opportunity. So if you have an assistant or like an unlicensed assistant or a transaction coordinator that you want to get involved, they want to get an avatar, you want to go and take advantage of all the things EXP has, they have for $30 setup fee and $30 a month, your unlicensed assistant and or transaction coordinator can have full access to EXP. It's awesome. So she's just like you, getting onboarded, getting up to date, registering for the one-on-one onboarding appointment. Then she'll meet with Marissa to get totally dialed in. So she's going through that right now. So anyone have any suggestions on how to make that smoother or need to go through that process themselves, make sure we let you know. So Carta, thanks for being on the call. Carmen, how was last week for you? How was your weekend? More importantly, Carmen, what are you going to do to make this the best week ever?
Last week was good. I'm still transitioning from my old brand to my new brand. Today I'm actually going to be contacting, like over the weekend, 6 for sale by owners popped up within a 1 mile radius of my house. So I'll be contacting them today and throughout the week and try to get them over to our side and go from there. So
get
that's what
our side. I love it. I love it. It's like a campaign.
That's what my focus is.
Like a campaign. Yeah. We're talking to these FSBOs to let them know that they're voting the wrong way. We need to bring them over onto our side. So with campaign season, that's why I like to bring it up. But Carmen, I think the biggest thing is don't try to oversell and don't over explain what we're trying to do. I think it's super important, especially in the beginning. Hi, this is Carmen calling about your property, 123 Main Street. Is it still available? That's it. Great. It's available. It's not, whatever. If it's not available, did you plan on selling in the future? Why did you take it off the market? I noticed you were on the market before. That's expired and canceled. And if they say, yes, it's available after maybe 2 or 3 attempts of asking them if it's available. Yes, it is available. Great. If I was to bring you an offer at a price that was acceptable, are you willing to pay the standard 3% buyer's fee? Or you could just say a 3% buyer's fee. Whatever works for you, but I'm just showing because they don't know what standard is. But so what we're doing is we're helping them get to standard. If they're willing to compensate, great. When can we schedule a quick Zoom call so we find out more about your property? Because it's about them. Less is better, especially in the beginning. Less is better because we just need to get them on a Zoom call. Let me help you close these transactions. Makes sense? Super stoked. Don't let those FSBOs go to waste. It's probably best to meet them sooner than later. So if you see something and you need me to help you and you see nothing on my calendar, do what Lynette did. She just said, hey, I need to meet him at 3 o'clock. I don't see it available on your calendar. I moved some things around. Boom, we're meeting at 3 o'clock today with the seller. She needed to meet tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Nothing was available on my calendar. Guess what I did? I moved a few things, and then 4 o'clock tomorrow, we have an appointment. So we have 2 appointments with Annette. Just get them on the Zoom call because we need to know more about their home. If we don't know more about their home, how in the world are we going to introduce our buyers to it? We don't know which buyers to introduce it to. So we just keep it simple. So, dude, Carmen, I'm so stoked for you. Thank you so much for sharing that. And just, I'm telling you, it's a numbers game. Reach out to every seller, every investor you can. Just reach out to these FSBOs, expired and canceled, and you watch. You're going to start taking 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, then 5 to 7 listings per week. You watch. Carmen, thanks for being on the call. Rosa Barnes, your turn. Last week, how was last week? How was your weekend? More importantly, Rosa, what are you going to do to make this the best week ever?
So last week was, I had a deal and it was like it was going to fall through, but we worked it out. So I got that taken care of. So we're closing this week. And then I have some people I got to follow up with in regards to some listings. I just been talking to them, and then one of them, I sent her the listing agreement, but she's been having trouble with her phone. So I got to see if I know she received the information, but she hasn't signed it yet. So I got to see what's going on with her. And then pretty much reaching out to some more prospecting calls and stuff like that for this week. Trying to stick with my goal, and my goal is to count my numbers to see where I'm doing.
You know what? Tracking and measuring your numbers is a big deal, especially with you, Rosa, because you are out there shaking the buyers, sellers, and investors trees like nobody. Now you just need to track what's working and keep doing that. And if you track and measure your numbers, you'll know that's what's working or that's where I need help. So that way, because you're doing all the right stuff. Now we just need to find out what's working the best of all those stuff you're doing. So super pumped for you, Rosa, man. I tell you, you're certainly doing all the right things. I appreciate you being on the call today. Blanca, what's happening, Blanca? So same question for you. You know, how was last week? How was your weekend? More importantly, Blanca, what are you going to do to make this week the best week ever?
Last week was really busy. I felt like I didn't have a chance to even really come up for air some days. Things are changing. So, you know, I've got a new listing, and I've got a listing appointment today, which I know is going to end up being another listing because I already got them qualified for a sale. And I've just been working that pipeline, just, you know, filling it up, following up with people in the past that had shown interest that, you know, had not been qualifiable, or, you know, just weren't, the market conditions just weren't ideal. And, you know, I think one of the big things that's happening right now is that even though the rates are high, people are seeing choices. I mean, there's choices. There's choices in the resale, there's choices in the new build. And Anna and I have been really, really big on, you know, getting out there and getting some marketing together so that we can show people, hey, look, this could be yours. So just continue, you know, we do the prospecting and, you know, keeping on top of the pulse of this market, because the statistics right now, they just don't work. I mean, everything's changing real time. One thing that I've kind of picked up, you know, just to get an idea of the kind of traffic that is going on in some neighborhoods, is I've been going on to showing time and seeing how many appointments they've got booked. So you know, if you're curious as to what's going on, you know, in any area at any given time, you might want to try that. But yeah, I think the only thing that I could have done better was tracked it. So yeah, I need to that I don't know what my problem is, but I need to track it.
Well, I think the biggest thing is just track and measure numbers, but I really want to reiterate the showing time thing. If you want to know what kind of activity is happening, Showing time is certainly a great way to go, but I can tell you this. I take, at least a listing a week. I don't go under a listing a week. I take 2, 3, sometimes I've taken 7. But my point is, what I'm seeing and tracking the kind of the activity, kind of what your showing time comment, I'm finding that I'm still getting really good traffic. We had 89 groups weekend before last, Saturday and Sunday. And I noticed that most of those people that showed up did not schedule an appointment with, they did not have an agent. So my point is the traffic is still there. I'm finding that the buyers are going to these open houses more and more without their agent.
Mhm.
Translation, more opportunity for me to work with more buyers. Have your lender there with you so you can say, oh, you're not with your agent? Fantastic. Let me show you to my lender, get you pre-approved, and then you and that lender give them what's called the lead hug, where you come in from one side, the lender comes in from the other and corrals that lead, loan and home, and then boom, it's called the lead hug.
We
that
love
make sense?
you.
Yeah. So the lead hug, we love you. Yes. So my point is, more and more, there's still good, really good traffic coming to open houses. There was about a 30, 60, 90-day window that I was like, holy cow, our traffic is really, really slow.
Mhm.
However, there's still buyers there. I'm still getting lots of traffic on properly priced homes, by the way. If it's not properly priced, it's not going to be well traveled. But my point is, strategically think, to Blanca's point, strategically think that when those buyers come in, they're usually coming without an agent. And what do most buyers say when they're coming to the open house? Oh, I already have an agent. Remember, like what sellers do. Oh, I'm just looking. Remember, we go into a car lot. I'm just looking. What are buyers' mechanisms to get you away from them? Oh, I already have an agent. So they just think that, oh, okay, then I'll just let you go see the home by yourself. Their
Right.
agents aren't there because they're not fully committed to the agent, and that agent's not fully committed to that buyer. Or that agent's just lazy, or the buyer's just kind of thinking they can get a deal, whatever the reason is. Know that they're not there with an agent. And unless they have some kind of buyer broker agreement, which a very small amount of agents do that, you have a chance to pick up more buyers. There's more buyer opportunities than ever before. So don't discount the buyers coming in without an agent. Carmen, or Blanca, excuse me. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That's a great, great little tidbit there. Thank you. Andy, to you, buddy. Just got back from Cancun.
Yeah, I just needed to unmute that. So last week was a good week. I called some for sale by owners, expireds, and cancels, and then I was tracking like breaking them out where what the attempts were versus the contacts.
Yeah.
And then I went back and I started looking at people that I've talked to before, looking up properties, and that they're still available on the market. And it's been like a month or so. So I've been going back and recontacting them, and then going to try to maybe implement the Homeboss, So
Yeah.
and then the weekend was good. So I've been just focusing on that, and then just going to get my day started again today with doing the same thing,
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
You know what? Just know that this isn't a sprint. This is a marathon. This takes time. It takes time. You got to practice. You got to warm up. You don't just wake up out of bed and go run a marathon.
Right.
You got to practice. You got to do a lot of little races leading up to this. So my point is, just get up every single day, knowing that you need to get up. You make your contacts, right? Just like we all get up and take a shower, we have our coffee, we get up, we do our routine. Make prospecting your routine. Make calling the FSBOs, expired and canceled your routine. Understand that you need to go fail forward. Understand that it's something new. You're just getting started with it. Understand that you have an amazing support team that are here to help you. You get them on a Zoom call with me and let me help you. Let's gain the momentum. It's been a couple of months since you and I have done one together. So let's get back on that horse. Let's get back on those, once to 2, 3, 4 times a week. And then the momentum is going to be unstoppable. But once we stop momentum, we got to get it going again. Right.
Right.
So just make sure we do it every single day, just like brushing our teeth. I hope everybody brushes their teeth every day. Say yes. But my point is, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't do the things you're supposed to do every single day, you got to start it over again. And it takes 21 days to form a habit. Do it for 21 days straight. I would personally encourage you to wake up, have your Saturday morning coffee, do your Saturday morning routine, and just take a sliver of time and prospect. Call the FSBOs, call the expireds, call the cancels. It takes you not very long at all. And then go about your day. Do the same thing on Sunday before you go to church or after you come home from church, that's what you do. Prospect. Add it into your diet for 21 days starting today. The 21-day challenge just starting right now. Prospect every single day for 21 days. That's the momentum you're going to need to get to the next level. Andy, I'm super stoked for you being on the call, man. I'm fired up for your success. Do have a question for you. How's the loan business? What's going on in the loan market?
Well, I mean, the rates are like 6.5, creeping up there to 7. So we've been selling some alternate types of finance, like 2-1 buy downs and some hybrid and even some arms now. So we've been looking at doing some of those things, and that helps to offset the higher interest rates.
Excellent. So I'm seeing a lot of buy downs during this market when the rates go up. There's always buy downs, there's hybrids. And that's great. So what are you seeing? Are you seeing some applications down, up? What are you seeing?
The applications have been down, but they expect for it to turn around the first quarter of the next year. So
okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Love it, love it, love it. Andy, as always, thanks for being on the call, my friend. I'm going to go to William Jackson. I like to call him Action Jackson. William Action Jackson. How are you doing, buddy? How was last week? How was your weekend? More importantly, William, what do you have planned to make this the best week ever?
Good morning, everybody.
You're muted, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, I see. It went back to mute. Good morning, everybody. Last week was good. It was good. I moved forward on Sherman Way, so hopefully I have everything taken care of there. Sent the forms over to Janet this morning after my doctor's appointment, and hopefully that's taken care of. Then I wrote an offer, and I listened to Andy talk about buy down. We did an offer last week with 2-point buy down. So that brought the rates down for us on the interest rate. And hopefully I'll get an answer this week on that particular offer that we wrote.
What did they say, Andy? Marry the home, date the rate?
That's right.
Yeah, go ahead, William.
All right. Anyway, so I did that last week. Did a favor for my mother. I call her my mother. She's my adopted mom. Went out to the desert in Lancaster and spent a whole day out there, it seems like, looking at land. Her grandson's interested in buying some land, so we went out there and did that. But this week, had a good weekend. This week, I want to get back to balancing. I'm going to try that 21-day diet you just talked about, starting today. And then I want to balance that with a few buyers, and we'll go from there. We'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. You know what's interesting about balancing with a few buyers is when you take the listing, who do you think is coming to your open house? A bunch of buyers.
Usually
a bunch of buyers. So the best way to balance out your diet with buyers is take some listings, and the buyers will come.
Right.
You build it, they will come. Right. And that, my friend, is how we get a bunch of buyers. Those are the buyers you want, the ones that are coming to you. What you don't want to do is say, hey, I work with buyers. Come call me. Those are the time zappers. The buyers that I like to work with are the sellers that need to become buyers, and the buyers that are coming to my open houses. They're coming to me. That makes sense. So I'm super stoked for you, William. You do the 21-day challenge. I just need to show of hands. Who's up for the 21-day challenge? Who's actually going to make the commitment for 21 days They're going to prospect every single day for 21 days. Okay, that's what I thought. Good. Excellent. William,
Right.
thank you so much for being on the call. Anything else to add before we go to Tapio?
That's it.
Anything else before we go to Tapio? Okay, cool. Tapio, my brother, what's
Go ahead.
happening? How was last week? How was this weekend? More importantly, Tapio, what are you going to do to make this the best week ever?
Well, hey, let's see. It was kind of a crazy week. It was crazy in other ways, not a productive week. But
Okay.
in fact, I was almost not even going to be on this morning's call because I was going to dragging over things from last week. So I chose, no, you know what? Got to do it. It's Monday early. Let's go for it. Let's get on the phone with Robert and get this week going. So yeah, I love the 21-day diet challenge. I'm up for that. Thank you for reminding me about these challenge days. So that's a good one to begin with. Weekend was it started out slow on Saturday, but yesterday had my son's went to celebrate my son's quarter century birthday. Oh boy, we went to Chili's and kind of had a nice dinner. And then I have a question with regards to, I have a friend who he's interested in doing some real estate stuff, not as an agent, but not even a cost for me, but to be, because he's looked at this. I don't know what it is. Is there such a thing as a registered assistant? And what is
Registered assistant?
Yeah, what is
There's either a licensed or unlicensed individual. Doesn't matter what they are. So it's either licensed or unlicensed.
And but is there anything that says actually where you need to register yourself as an assistant?
No, I've never heard of that. Not that doesn't exist. I just never heard of it.
Got it. All right, that's about that's all I know of. And then another one would be, is it something I could work with other agents? Whereas, say that there's listings in the MLS that, these are people antsy to sell their house, 30, 60 plus. They've been on the market for so long, and yet, what's the agent doing to actually get the property sold? Are there any workable tactics?
Well, what I would do as an agent, I would focus on FSBO's expired cancels, get my own listings, drive my own buyers. But if you have extra time and all that work's done, and you see a listing that's been sitting, you can certainly reach out to that agent and say, hey, can I hold an open house? Can I market that property and get it out to all the world?
Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay.
I would focus on the prospecting, the FSBO's expired cancels, get those buyers to your open houses. That right there, the 21-day diet should make sure your pipeline is filled beyond belief. I would personally wait till that listing expires and then go after it. It should not even be on your radar until that happens. All right.
Perfect. All right. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, we don't want to get distracted with things that are non-producing, because that's definitely that's called whether you know this or not, that's an avoidance. That's a creative avoidance. I would focus on, like I said, FSBO's expired cancels, prospect, get listings, and those buyers will come.
Okay, perfect.
Happy. So you know what? I think you said something that's super important. You had some stuff that was dragging you down, that's distracting. We all have stuff. You're almost not going to get on this call because you were bringing your stuff from last week into this week. I want to give you a quick woo, because you know what you did? You shook it off and you made it happen. And that is very difficult to do. It's so easy to be poor me. I'm just going to skip this. I'm going to skip the things I know I should be doing. And I'm just going to let last week come into this week. I say you lock the door on last week and you start fresh this week, and only let positive things inside your week. All that negative, say, you were last week. You were no longer a part of my life. You've got to go. So let's stay positive, stay focused, and make it happen. I'm super stoked. Just you being here is a step in the right direction, brother. And I know we all have you. We got you. Tappy, thank you for being on the call.
Okay.
Thank you for being on the call. Let's see. I'm going to go to Lynette. Lynette was next on my list. What's happening? You know what's I want to give Lynette some props real quick. Every single morning when we get on the Zoom call, it's like 10 minutes before the call even starts. Lynette's just joined the call. It's like she is like always fired up, always ready to go. And I want to also commend you on the when that how to work with a seller list, the questionnaire for work with the seller if FSBO expired or canceled, you hit it out of the park. It was filled out exactly the way it should be. You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Robert. Yeah, it's just everybody's schedule from 6:30 in the morning until 8:30 at night. Had to burn the candle at both ends to get some of them going. But I just wanted to thank you because last week I had a lot of buyers wasting my time and they want this, they want that. They don't want to commit. They don't want to meet. And you just got me a little refocused there. And I gave you my commitment that I was going to get you a listing. And, I just had to find my way of getting through those numbers, getting through the days, getting sellers, getting my groove. And Robert helped me a couple times on the phone, just called me up and just helped me present it in a way that was more me. And that resulted in 2 booked and maybe a third one coming.
Yeah. So that's, that is absolutely what I'm here to do. I am 100% here. If you have a seller, if you have a buyer, an investor, or an agent, guys, anything I can do in those 4 categories, buyer, seller, right? Investor, agent, you let me know. I got you. So Lynette, absolute pleasure. Can't wait. We've got one today at 3 or whatever time it is. We got another one at 4 tomorrow. And you mentioned the third one coming up. Just know that we're going to hit it out of the park. And I think we'll record it. We'll share it with you. And it's going to be a fantastic learning experience. And we're going to have so much fun. So I just appreciate you being on the call and just awesome. So Lynette, thank you so much for sharing.
Sure.
Anna Brown. Last but absolutely, definitely not least, Anna Brown, hot from Scottsdale, ready to go. Tell us about the weather real quick. Is it like 1,000 degrees still there?
Oh my God. Right now, I think it might be 75. It's perfect.
That is great.
Absolutely perfect. And of course, I'm at my beautiful lake. And
your go-to spot. Anna
It is awesome. Yeah,
So-
life is good.
So tell us, Anna, last week, how was last week? How was your weekend? More importantly, what are you going to do to make this week, Anna, this week to be the best week ever?
Last week was awesome. I brought on, I'm actually today, I had a meeting with a new agent. He'll be coming on also with his daughter, provided she passed the real estate exam on Friday. And so very excited about that. So I'm focusing a little bit more on the agent attraction. And obviously, last week, my big win was really just staying plugged in to the trainings and to the tools and resources. My main ones is obviously your Monday call, the Tuesday call, and then the Friday morning calls. Those are absolutely invaluable. Gogo was amazing. I've heard from her before as well. I have her training. I'll have to shoot it to you, but yeah, I mean, it's incredible. So
yeah, you know what? I like you. I need things like you need to get plugged in because the old adage, it works if you do. Get plugged in. So it's like I mean, if you have an electric car and you drive it and you never plug it back in, what do you think happens? You're done. You got to plug back in. So my point is, she mentioned Gogo. Oh my God, she was awesome. I've met her a couple of times and she, man, is off the hook. She runs a great business. I've got a bunch of links that I'm going to share with you guys. I'm going to send them out today. It's her website. It's her agent attraction. She runs her business so dialed in. And it made me think like, wow, I'm doing a lot of stuff wrong, but I'm doing me. So that's how we learn and build and grow. So thanks for bringing that up on it. But this call, I think personally, I mean, for selfish reasons, I think this is the most important call of the week because it starts you off, gets you fired up and gets you going. I would recommend that you go to Building Up Agents, you go to the coaches huddles, and you're welcome to go to any of those huddles. You may go, you know what? I really like the way Joseph Limo does things. Get plugged in. James Cottrell, Jerry Stapp, Larry White, Pat Hayes, Jeff Russell, all these coaches, Josh, and we have so many coaches. Plug into the ones that inspire you. You have access. Anna, thank you so much for bringing that up because we all have access to so many amazing coaches. You don't need to come to mine only if I inspire you. You know what I mean? I'm an accountability guy. Agents don't like accountability. I'm the one that's like, oh, there's Robert. He's going to ask me about accountability. You know what I mean? But just go to the coaches that inspire you. You know, Kathy Ryan is doing some amazing work with her iBuyer stuff. You know, get plugged in. I think personally, you should be on this call every single Monday for the rest of your career. However, you need to tap into some other things. Like Anna said, she doesn't miss this call. She doesn't miss the Tuesday morning team meeting. The team meetings are really good. They're getting better. And actually, tomorrow is going to be the best one of the year because I'm hosting it. I'm just kidding. But my point is, those Tuesday meetings are key. Coming into the Homeboss team coaching after that team meeting is really important. You know, coming into Larry's. Larry's comes from a totally different side of the real estate mind, if you will. There's just so many great things. So Anna, thanks for bringing that up. We've got a lot of great stuff. So I wanted to share just a couple of things before I do. Is there anybody that has any comments, questions, concerns, anything they'd like to add before I go into the second part of this call? Anything? Okay. First things first, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go here. I'm going to share. There's no real particular order. You can see my time block schedule is, you know, there's Lynette right there. There's Lynette right there. I squeezed Lynette in because I was booked full solid on Tuesday. I'll be in EXPCon. So there won't be any available slots to meet with me. However, if you have a seller or an agent that needs to meet and you want me a part of that, just text me the times, email me the information, and then we'll make it happen. Okay. So I basically cleared my calendar for the most part of all week, and it's blocked out. So you won't be able to set anything. Just text me and say, or just email me and say, Robert, can I meet with you and a seller on Wednesday at 2:00 or 3:00? I'll let you know if that works. If it doesn't, I'll suggest a couple other times. Okay. Is that cool? Okay. So that's that thing I wanted to show you. Then I wanted to show you every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we do this call. Every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we do this call. So what I want to do is I want to recommend that you come to this call and just get fired up. Send your agents, send yourself, send your potential agents saying, hey, maybe you can look into this and see some of the stuff that we're doing over here. This is just one of our many coaches. I happen to coach on accountability. I happen to coach on the online offers platform, and I coach on REO. Those are the three things that I do. But there's other agents and other coaches within our organization that train on all kinds of stuff. Like Paul Dunn does Instagram and YouTube. Josh does lead gen. We all need lead gen in our diet. David Daniel does role playing. Norm does a 12-week. I mean, we've got so many coaches. It's just ridiculous. So this is my calendar. Every Sunday, I send it out. And I always kind of put new events have been added because we're always evolving, right? It's not, we just put it in stone and it's done. We're evolving, right? So these things always get updated. So the new format is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It usually runs about a half an hour. And if you want to jump in at 8:00 or you want to jump in at 8:30, I do know that someone that jumped in at 8:45 finds that we're gone because we've answered everyone's question. So we no need to stay, right? So I would jump in earlier if you have any questions. And these questions are for you to do for your own agents. If you have questions or concerns, or your agents have questions or concerns, and maybe we can help them and guide them in the right direction. Every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8 to 9, with the weekly accountability and real estate discussion. Here's the Zoom link. You can just copy and paste this and share it, or send somebody this whole email. Every Tuesday, of course, we all know we have our team meeting and our online offers coaching directly after that meeting. And then, of course, what Anna mentioned, these 2 Friday calls, I do everything in my power not to miss these because they're inspiring, they're motivating. They're like, oh my gosh, look how, oh my God, I pick up stuff every single time. And last week was no different. If we have a live event, I'll put it down here. But as you know, we don't have any live events this week because we'll be in Las Vegas for EXPCon. So I wanted to point that out and show you guys. But more importantly, the 21-day challenge that we talked about, here is the goals and actuals. We need to make sure that you're sharing your goals and actuals. Track your numbers. Use the sheet that's attached to that email. Use the sheet to track and measure your numbers. Because if you're tracking and measuring your numbers, you're unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable. So with that said, I want to go ahead and fill this out. I encourage you. This is a 21-day challenge, by the way. Do this for 21 days, and I guarantee transactions. Absolutely. So watch this. We've got a new listing we just took. It goes live. It went live Thursday, but it goes, all the marketing starts today. The open house is this weekend. If you notice this, the open house, it's one day, and it's only from 12 to 4 because it's tenant occupied. Normally we do Saturday and Sunday, but this case, this is the only time we could have to get into the property. Now, is it ideal to do a tenant occupied property? No. But what am I going to do? Wait until the lease is up? And then the seller wants it sold now. Obviously, the tenant has already been given their notice. It's a 60-day notice, so you need a 60-day escrow. But my point is, this is a great listing. If you know anyone looking to buy in Chula Vista, send this to them. I want to bring up, if you have an agent, if you're doing any agent attraction, which Anna is focusing a lot on agent attraction, which I got to be honest with you, my first, year or two, I was really more focused on production because that's what my brain was. I wasn't really recruiting because recruiting was a nightmare. Agents are a pain in the ass. They're, for the most part. And it's like, that just wasn't where I was doing it. So I was more into production. Well, I can tell you what, guys, we have the most amazing opportunity to grow our rev share organization. And it's like, it's a game changer. Once you start building that up, you get a couple of agents and they get a couple of momentum and they get a couple of agents. It's like, oh, wait a second. Now this is real. I would encourage you to split your time, prospect FSBOs, expired, canceleds. Then when you're done with that prospecting, transactional prospecting, build your organization. Get out there and find some agents. Get out there and change some lives. I truly believe if we can get a couple of agents extra every week, we get another agent on this call that wants to either join the team or thinking about joining the team, get them on the call and let me help you do agent attraction. I've learned a thing or two. And if you think I could be a great resource for you to an agent because you don't know what to say to them, but maybe I do, let me help you. So everyone has this email and I can certainly send it out again, but it walks you through how to meet with a potential agent, the questions that you need to ask, how to schedule the appointment. And here's a sample of what that Q&A needs to look like. So help me help you. Okay. Don't be afraid. Reach out to agents. Let's grow this. Same thing with sellers, guys. You all have this, and I'll certainly send it again. But if you want to use this format to meet with a seller, you fill this information out, you schedule the appointment, and this is what it needs to look like. It even has the updated scripts for FSBO, expired, and canceled right in here. Okay? So make sure, let me help you. Now, does anyone have any questions on this, the stuff I've gone through so far? Any questions? Cool. Now, here's something that Lynette and I have been working on. The NFTs and the crypto, that whole space, more and more people are getting involved. Sure, I know crypto took a massive hit, just like any stock market. The whole stock market just took a crash, not crash, but it took a hit. But you got to remember, many agents and real estate investors are using crypto and NFTs, that more and more folks are getting in line with this. Spend an hour or two a week and get familiar with the crypto space. Okay. I only bring that up because it is going to be a presence. And if you're not in it, you're going to watch it. So let's make sure you're doing all you can to just stay familiar. And I'd be more than happy to get a weekly NFT crypto mastermind if I have enough folks that want to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put something on my calendar that's when I'm doing all my crypto, my education on crypto. what I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to that meeting. And if you want to get on the call, then get on the call. So that's what I'll do is I'm going to pick a day during the week that I'm going to spend an hour and talk all things crypto, because it's important that we're educated on that space. Cool. That's what I'm going to do. So I got to write that down or I'll forget. Carla, can you write that down to once a week, crypto, 1 hour, and then invite everybody? And is that a yes? Okay, excellent. Thanks. And then here, guys, daily dose. What I'd recommend you do is I'm definitely not a doom and gloom guy, but I can assure you that the market is shifting. Do we all agree? Just nod your head, say yes. It's shifting big time. Pay attention. Go to dsnews.com. dsnews.com. Carla, can you put that in the chat box? dsnews.com. But look at this. Year over year, bankruptcy filings increased for a second straight month. What does that mean? Well, according to the bankruptcy's latest market analysis, the number of filings increased overall 7% in September, while commercial Chapter 11 has increased by 80%. The commercial folks that filed corporate Chapter 11 increased nearly 80% over last year. What does that tell you? That tells you people are having some financial challenges. What does that usually mean? That means there's the foreclosure market rearing its ugly head, and that's the way it works. There's nothing we can do about it, but pay attention to it. Do I say quit your day job? No, but spend an hour a week on the REO space. I will invite you to my weekly REO mastermind, and I'll send that out today. Carla, we'll put together a weekly REO mastermind where we can all sit back and talk about the default space. If you want to get more and more involved in the default space, do that, because I'm going to be doing it anyway. I'm going to encourage you to jump on if you want to know more information. Sound good? All right. All right. So with that said, we talked about the trainings. We talked about the events. We talked about the 21-day challenge, which I encourage you all to make a commitment to yourself to do the 21-day challenge. And what that 21-day challenge is, you're going to track and measure your numbers right here. Watch this. You're going to track and measure your numbers, and you're going to do it for 21 days. You're going to prospect sellers. That's FSBOs, expired, canceleds. 21 days, track and measure your numbers, and really make an effort. Do it. I think you're gonna see your business is going to morph into something you've not even recognizable. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be amazing, and you're going to be busier than you've ever been in your real estate career. I assure you. We talked about DS News, how we're going to tap in. We're going to do REO once a week, REO masterminds, and we're going to call it more of a weekly default mastermind, because it's not really REO. There's short sales in there. There's notice of defaults, notice of trustees. It's a default mastermind. We're going to do it once a week, for 1 hour a week. We're going to spend, and we're going to talk all things default. We're going to do you meet with sellers, you meet with agents, okay? And then, of course, I told you about my Parker listing. So with that said, Carla will send out a recap of today's meeting, and I have it recorded right now, so we're going to record it as well. And then let's just keep focused. So with that said, I'm going to take off the share. I'm going to go around the room, and I'm going to see who would like to. Basically, I don't see Carmen there. Let's go to Blanca. Any questions, concerns, comments of things we went over today? Blanca.
I don't know. I mean, we're all going through this shift and, navigating our way through it. I think one big lesson that I learned this week was that I have complete control over how I'm going to react to it. And, just don't let things get you down. I mean, this was a week I was dreading for a whole year. And, I maintained what it was going to be. And everything came out positively, or at least I chose to look at it positively. So let's do that with our work, with our businesses, with our career, keep, moving forward with our goals and also with our setbacks. It's like, it's a journey. So
Amen.
that's all I got.
I love it. You know what? Thank you, Blanca, for being on the call. Hey, Carmen, what would you like to say before we say goodbye today? When you were unmuted. You're muted.
My usual, be consistent. I have a little mirror that I use as a whiteboard and a vision board at the same time. So I have that written in big letters there. So I see it every morning. Stay consistent, track and market, always look to learn more, but don't overwhelm yourself. Keep pushing and staying motivated.
I love it. Bite-sized pieces. How to eat an elephant, one bite at a time. I love it. Yep. Carmen, thank you so much for being on today's call. Rosa Barnes, let's go to you. What would you like to say before we say goodbye today?
Dear self, don't focus on the negative.
I love it. Rosa, always can count on you. Tapio, what would you like to say before we say goodbye today, my friend?
Oh boy, yes, just not forget last week, but lock it up and move forward.
I love it. I love it. That is awesome. Andy, what would you like to say before we say goodbye today, my friend?
Well, I'll just take a quote from Brian Tracy. He says that if you can't change the way things are, change the way that you think about them.
I love it. Brian Tracy is a phenomenal speaker and just a motivator. Thank you, Andy, so much. Lynette, what would you like to say before we say goodbye today?
I've got a game plan when all my old Pete realtor friends are going to be going night-night for the winter and they're not going to know how to start or where to start. I'm really excited because we have a game plan put together and I'm going to follow that and I'm going to be busy and they're going to be watching me.
You just said something super important. You have no idea that other agents are paying attention. They may not like, share, comment, but they're paying attention.
They're always looking me up.
Keep doing the things you need to do. Share the success stories. Don't be afraid to share the failures, but they're watching and they'll tune in. Awesome. Woman. Great ad. Anna, what would you like to say before we say goodbye today?
I'd like to say to take care of yourself. I go on and off the wagon where I'm good about taking my vinegar in the morning and drinking enough water and taking my vitamins and my olive oil. Anyways, take good care of yourself. Take care of your body. It's the only one you have.
You know what? That is super important because if you're stressed out and you're not feeling well and maybe some people are overindulging the night before and you wake up. The reason why I first started these Monday morning at 8:00 calls is because during football season, everybody watches the late game. They get a little bit too much in them. And then Monday morning turns into Tuesday morning. So that's the reason why I started these calls like 20 years ago. And what Anna said is take care of yourself because you're the vehicle that's going to get you to where you need to go. Anna, great ad. That is awesome. William Jackson, what would you like to say before we say goodbye today, my friend?
I just want to say to everyone that I really appreciate the synergy and the camaraderie that we have amongst the team. So it really is very encouraging. Appreciate it. Thank you, Robert. And I'm just going to go for that 21-day plan.
21-day challenge.
Even more focused and stay committed and just keep moving forward.
I can't wait to do it with you because I'm personally doing it too. I'm on a 21-day challenge with you. I will be doing exactly the same thing. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. Let's go take some listings. Who on this call, do me a favor real quick because we're going to wrap this call up. I need you to put in the chat box. How many listings do you want to take in 21 days? Put it in the chat box, commit to it, and that's make it happen. So go ahead and put that in the chat box. How many listings you're going to take in the next 21 days? And let's wrap it up with Carla. We're all, it looks like Rosa says 5. I love that number.
That's my number.
That is a fantastic. Carmen 2, fantastic. That's a great number. Who else? What else we got? Let's see. We've got Carmen 2, Andy 3, Rosa's check. Look at Lynette's 4. Who else? Who we missing? Tapio 2. Excellent. Anna, how many are you going to take? Anna, I need to know. We need to put it in here. Let's see. I can't believe. Did you see what Blanca wrote? Father Robert. That's funny. So let's see. We've got everything. Let's do this. You see what William just put? I will do 5 listings in 21 days. That's commitment. You know what? You guys are awesome. I appreciate you all. And I want to end with Carla. Anything you want to say before we say goodbye today, Carla?
Just keep going. This is the time of year that everybody starts to think about the upcoming year, reinventing themselves or planning for the new year. It just seems to be this time of year you start preparing. So we're here for you. If you have any questions or I want ideas or anything to help you prepare for that following year. And remember, you got to sprinkle some fun in your life too. You have to work, but you also have to have fun.
Oh, look at that little turkey sandwich up there with Andrew. What do you got? You guys got your grandchild there? All right, that's awesome. Well, you know what, guys? It's been an absolute, I got to be honest, this is one of my favorite calls of the week, but this has been my favorite call since I've done this accountability call for the over 20 years. So my hat's off to all of you guys. I'm super stoked for you. I'm super committed to your success, and I know you're committed to your success as well. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Carla and I are so blessed to have you in our life. And I can't wait till you guys hit your numbers and beyond. What's it going to do to your life? Think about that. But it starts with the hard work today. So I appreciate you, Anna Brown. Thanks for checking in from Scottsdale. We've got Rosa from as far as Georgia. It's like a whole nother day over there, right? It's like you're so far ahead of us. But you know what? I appreciate you guys. So that's the end of our call. We appreciate it. Anything you need, let us know. Remember, buyers, sellers, okay? We work with all of them, agents and investors. Let's go work with them. And remember, it works if you do. Get plugged in. I'll see you guys later.